multiple sectors. I think all sectors are viable. However, all sectors are now going through a transformation. And whether you take textile, whether you take cement, whether you take banking, whether you take telecom, pharmaceutical, any sector has to now go through a transformation. We call it the digital age. And therefore, there are opportunities in each of these sectors that I mentioned if you can use technology to help them to enhance their business by reducing their costs, to manage their business better through digital platforms. I think all of these sectors are looking promising. I think first of all, when you have the idea, normally that's the first thing that comes to mind. Share that idea with as many people as you can. It's counterintuitive. People normally think that somebody's going to steal my idea, somebody's going to take my idea. But the truth is that if you share that idea with other people, then they will be able to give you some feedback. Some people will say it's an idea that will not work. It's not a very good idea. Some people will say it's a great idea. Other people will have a dialogue in terms of why they think it's a good idea or how they can better that idea, how they can improve on that particular idea. So that's the first part. The second part is look at people who can help you along this journey. What is it that you have that can help you to achieve this particular startup? So what are your strengths? And then what are the gaps? What are the weaknesses that you don't have in yourself to be able to achieve that objective? And then find people who will be able to believe in your idea, who will take your idea on board, and then they will work with you. They will be your co-founders, and they will complement the skill set that you have. Don't take people on board just because they're your friends. Don't take people on board because you like them or they have the same background as you. Take on people who challenge you, people who have a different background. If you're a marketing person, don't go for another marketing person. Go for somebody who's in IT or finance, etc., etc. And lastly, I would say mentor. Find industry experts, people who have been successful in building their own businesses, and ask them for guidance, ask them for direction, ask them for support. And you'll find that often successful people are willing to give support and provide you with that guidance, so long as you're making that effort yourself. Lastly, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a tough journey. And some of those days are going to be very, very dark. On those particular days, remember why you started the journey and have faith and continue the journey. I think, personally, I don't really see any challenges, because if there were challenges, then we would not have any successful companies in Pakistan. The biggest gap I foresee is the education system. Our culture does not support entrepreneurship and entrepreneurial mindset. So for example, people who are in education, they're looking to get a job. So their mind, I believe, is very narrow-minded in terms of how can I secure a job. Whereas I think we need to educate people in terms of finding their purpose, their passion, identifying and solving problems. And that would actually get them to learn how to identify problems in society and help solve those problems. And through solving those problems, they will be able to create startups and hopefully build companies as well. So what we're trying to do is reach out to people who have that entrepreneurial bug, people who want to do something for themselves, people who do not want to get a 9-to-5 job, people who want to create an impact and improve the quality of people's lives and create employment not only for themselves but for other people. And we do this through a variety of means. Essentially, we have an outreach program going out to universities, using social media and various communities that we've built, and saying that applications are open. So we have an online application process which people apply on, then we shortlist them, we interview them, and we bring them on board. Once they're on board, then we provide them with an infrastructure, a working environment, and we provide them with electricity, internet. We have also developed a curriculum which they follow through 16 weeks of curriculum. And then we introduce them to mentors, advisors, and investors as well. The idea being is to refine your idea and bring it to a certain level where other people would be willing to invest in that idea so you can scale it and grow it. So I'm very optimistic. I think there are a number of reasons for this. Of course, the new government is very supportive, but also I think the fact that things have changed. Mobile penetration, smartphone penetration has increased. Young people are now interacting with social media, learning what's happening around the world. So the world is a much smaller place. There's access to YouTube and Google and various other learning platforms where people can learn certain skills and learn from what's happening around the world. Also, we have to keep in mind that we are a population of 200 million people. So that's a big consumer market in itself. In addition to that, on our borders, we have China, India, Iran, etc. Half the world's population is here. So if we can create something and offer it not only to the 200 million plus people in Pakistan, but even within our region, I'm sure that the growth is very, very high. I would also like to point out that I'm very optimistic about the diaspora Pakistani community, and we saw a lot of them today, how they are coming back to Pakistan, not only with their money, but also with their intellect as well, with their knowledge, with their experiences, and also with their network of people as well. So I think that it's a question of time before they will also start to invest, not just money, but intellectual capital and their network. And we're going to see a compound effect of that, hopefully in the next 3 to 5 years. I'm very optimistic. Yeah, I just like to say to all the entrepreneurs out there is don't give up. Never, ever, ever give up. Giving up is the only failure. If you don't give up, you will always succeed. That doesn't mean you keep banging your head against the same wall. Change your direction, pivot, do something different, take a break, get a job, come back to what you were doing, but never ever give up.